This is a quick video for district admins or school staff who are aiming to see and understand the types of reports and data that are available to be exported out of EnlightenAI. Generally speaking, there are two types of reports that you can access and analyze in EnlightenAI. The first is for any individual assignment or assessment. So for example, on my home dashboard here at Current, I can see many different assignments and some of these that have data ready for me to analyze. So I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these. When I do so, I will see the rubric score averages across the different rubric dimensions or traits. See the distribution by number of students who scored in each scoring range, curriculum-based measurements of writing fluency if I've toggled this on when creating the assignment, as well as the assignment data for each individual student's submission. So you can see here specific data on each student and how they scored on the rubric, what their writing fluency metrics were, and even a strength or growth area. With a simple click of Export CSV, I can actually export the data as a whole to work with in tandem with other data or to pass along to my data team for deeper analysis. In addition, for any subsection of my student population for this assignment, I can analyze trends and insights. So for this specific view, I haven't filtered for specific teachers or demographics or courses. And so the system is plotting through all of the data in order to generate the instructional insights on this group of students. It's completed it now, and so we can see some strengths, some growth areas, and some recommendations across every teacher and every class and student who took this assignment. This is in contrast to the teacher view, where individual teachers can see this for their own class, but not across classrooms. This is extremely helpful for school teams or regional or network teams who are interested in deeper insights across the board. If I filter for example, the grade level or the course or teacher, I'm able to generate those same insights, but for that specific subsection of the population of students who took the exam or took the assignment. And I can, of course, work with all of this data in the exported CSV like we mentioned earlier. Now, in addition to this data, we also have views in EnlightenAI that enable us to analyze growth over time, one of the most requested features of this past school year. So over on the left-hand side in the analytics section, I can click on growth, and then I can find specific assignments, especially those that are of the same rubric, so we can compare apples to apples, in order to analyze growth and progress over time. So I'm going to click on these assignments here, maybe moving myself out of the way in just a moment, and click Next Step. Now here, the system is alerting me that all of these rubric traits align. So if we try to compare two rubrics that are quite different, there is a reconciliation that is going to have to happen here, and the system would have walked me through which rubrics look like they may be very different from the others so that we can either remove that data or adjust it accordingly. In this case, I'm doing a very standard comparison, which is probably the one you're doing, where I'm comparing multiple assignments, all of which were given on the same rubric. So we're going to compare apples to apples. When I click Next Step, the system is now analyzing the same data that we saw earlier, but it's comparing and creating trends across these 4 or 5 assignments that I've selected. So now I have strengths, growth areas, and recommendations across the board. I have charts and graphs that I am able to download or copy and paste into slide decks or into reports of other kinds. I have those same score distributions, this time showing assignment by assignment, oldest to most recent, how students have been performing, the average scores on each rubric, dimension, or trait, the CVM data over time, so long as we've toggled it on across the board, and then some summary data on the assignment sequences. This data is extremely helpful as well for us to analyze and understand how it is that students are performing over time. This data does not contain the same export feature. That is available by simply clicking on the export for each individual assignment at this time. We hope that this is helpful and that enables you to analyze the progress and close the gaps in an accelerated way. And we look forward to hearing from you on how you use it.